Game time. How you doing, everybody? I'm Chad Coppock. Welcome to the Daily Coppock. As we decipher, we break down the games people play. First of all, best of luck to Lindsay Lohan. In case you missed it, Lindsay was released from the joint in California last night. It probably happened about a month or two too early, and I'll tell you why. My sources in California tell me that Lindsay was finally getting acclimated to arriving fashionably late at lunchroom riots. I knew that line was going to go nowhere fast. Viv, you could laugh. It would, help with my confidence. Meanwhile, how are we expected to carry on? How is life going to be meaningful for us now that Chelsea Clinton is finally a bride, now that the hype is finally come and gone? Here is what I really want to know. How many of the high-end people who turned out for the nuptials in upstate New York along the Hudson River, roughly 100 miles from Manhattan, light-fingered something during the dinner party? I mean, wouldn't you die if you found out that Barbra Streisand actually stole a fork? Or wouldn't you love it if you found out that Oprah Winfrey walked off with a couple of salt shakers? I mean, that would be just the cat's meow as far as I'm concerned. The big item, the big visual item, did you get a look at former President Bill Clinton? The cat looks like he should be receiving inpatient treatment right now for bulimia. And all this time you thought that Lawrence Taylor was just a guy on the prowl looking for additional trouble, right? I got to tell you, LT, not a half bad actor. We go back about maybe 10 years to an Oliver Stone film, by no means one of Oliver Stone's better films, a film called Any Given Sunday, which took a look at the so-called dark side of professional football, the side that Roger Goodell and the 32 NFL club owners really don't want you to know about. In this scene, check it out, LT is the veteran football player, racked with pain, talking to young Willie Beeman, played by Jamie Foxx, about how he believes the game is really meant to be understood.
This is what I'm trying to say, people. When a man looks back on his life, he should be proud of all of it. Not just years he spent in pads and cleats. Not just memories of when it's great. You gotta learn that, Will, in here. Or if you don't, you ain't a man. You're just another punk.
Good stuff by number 56. The National Football League's graveyard. Welcome to William Clay Ford and the Detroit Lions, a sparkling 2-30 over the last few years. Last year was actually a major improvement from the Lions. They jumped from 0-16 to 2-14. I mean, this is a football team that's so bad it would piss off Mother Teresa. You realize the Detroit Lions have not won a National Football League title since 1957? 1957, for heaven's sakes, that's 1 year before Elvis Presley went in the Army. That's when Beaver Cleaver was a main eventer, for God's sakes. The Lions right now on the big board in Las Vegas have 100-1 to win a Super Bowl. You look at the ownership of William Clay Ford, the grandson of the legendary Henry Ford. He bought the club back in 1964. He has won absolutely zilch with this club. The Detroit Lions, a National Football League embarrassment. All right, the buzz has become overwhelming. You can't go anywhere except the Eastern Hemisphere or the Western Hemisphere without hearing people just talking like mad about Alex Rodriguez finally reaching his 600th home run, as we enjoy Alex right now in lip lock with Kate Hudson. Do you realize that over the last 3 years with the New York Yankees, Alex Rodriguez will have made $96 million in salary? Nevertheless, who's the more popular New York Yankee? Derek Jeter, the guy that Alex is painfully jealous of. Derek Jeter. All right, only in America does this kind of stuff happen, and only in something as silly as Major League Baseball. The Houston Astros give up a big bat, Lance Berkman, to the Bronx Bombers. Alex Rodriguez, Joe Girardi, and the New York Yankees. Here is what I don't understand. The Yankees, on an annual basis, have to do 10, 12, 15 times more revenue than the Houston Astros. So you would think the rich would pay the poor, right? No, not in Major League Baseball. The Astros send Berkman along with $4 million to the Bombers to help pay off the balance of his 2010 contract and his buyout, which the Yankees will surely employ for 2011. Meanwhile, I guarantee you Lance Berkman is going to be a big boost for Joe Girardi and the Bombers. Hey, he's a switch hitter. He's a big on-base percentage guy. He's got tremendous power from the left side. He'll be able to give a veteran roster, guys on a veteran roster, the opportunity to rest down the stretch as the Yankees advance toward big-time baseball in the month of November. All right, hey, it's that time again. The time all you kids have been waiting for. Bada bing, bada boom. Fat guys shouldn't be dancing at halftime. Available at Barnes & Noble, available at Borders. We're going to go to chapter 40 today where I talk about Ron Santo, the broadcaster. I want you to dig Ron Santo for this reason. Yes, he's different. Yes, he's unconventional. Yes, from time to time, Ron and the English language don't find the same golf course. But you know what? When Santo goes, there will never be anyone like him again. He is so much a part of Chicago Cubs baseball and their broadcasts. I can't imagine Ron Santo not being in the booth. My favorite Santo story, he's talking to Pat Hughes one day. He's reading an email from some listener going, Pat, one of our listeners wants to know if any team has ever worn Fusquia. Pat goes, Ron, would you mind repeating that for me? One of our fans wants to know if any baseball team has ever worn Fusquia. And Pat goes, Ron, I believe the color you're talking about is fuchsia. At which point Santo said, in classic Santo style, never heard of it. All right. Soul Train was put on this planet really for two reasons. How about Don Cornelius' tie? And your parents are telling you the 60s and 70s were a hip, happy time to live. That's got to be the worst tie I have ever seen. Anyway, Soul Train was put on Earth for two reasons. To line the pockets of Don Cornelius and to allow African-American kids to teach white kids in places like Schaumburg, Minnesota, and West Virginia how to dance. Now, little known facts about Soul Train. It began on Channel 26 here in Chicago in the mid-1960s and was not broadcast in color. It was only broadcast in black and white. The genius of Cornelius, as great as he was as a host and master of ceremonies, he was a businessman. He convinced Johnson Products to give the show the big push. He went out to Los Angeles, California. The rest is history. Hey, the Soul Train dance line with the OJs doing the incomparable Love Train, it doesn't get any better than this, for heaven's sakes. Viv, come on out here. Let you and I shake our groove things, shake our money makers. I'll shake my booty until I break down the building, which won't take all that much. Now, hey, don't forget, let us know what's going on with the Daily Coppock on Facebook. We want your opinions, pro and con. We will catch you tomorrow. Enjoy your Monday. Until then, peace, love, and soul. Goodbye, everybody. Isn't that a great song?